Ace James. I'm in a smoke session with Squirrel. You already know what's up.
Man, it's your boy Kenny. They got this smoke session with Squirrel. You know what's going on, man.
Rewind it a little bit and play it again, you know what I mean? While we in this smoke session with Squirrel.
Okay. Hey, it's your boy Squirrel. Who we got today with me?
Big old kid, man, RBPs and that type of shit.
Smoke session with Squirrel.
Hey, smoke section with Squirrel. Have some throat sex with your girl, motherfucker.
Yeah, go follow Smoke Session with Squirrel. Go follow the page right now.
Yeah.
Blow a cutie or some marshmallow, shot on apple sky. This smoke session with Squirrel. I'm about to take off, smoking on some tropical runts. It blow your face off.
Yo. Smoke Session with Squirrel, episode 106. It's your boy Squirrel, man. Who we got in the building with us today?
What's good, y'all? It's your man Hatch. You know what I'm saying? Happy to be here. It's funny you said 106 too. We'll talk about that later. What, episode 106?
Yeah.
It's a little kawinky dink right there. You know what I'm saying?
Let us know about a little bit about what you do and tell us where you're from.
Yeah, man. So I'm from here in well, not here, I guess, but I'm from Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Detroit area. Started as a battle rapper. Was on 106 in Park as a Freestyle Friday champion for quite a while. That's why I was laughing like episode 106.
That's crazy. I didn't set it up like that.
Yeah, that's, you know.
There's a lot of shit going on.
God for you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, just dropping music. Kind of got away from the battle a little bit, you know, just focusing more on the music side. Just trying to kill these fucking rappers, man. Tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? It's not a mumble rap situation over here, you know. It's bar heavy.
So, with saying that, growing up, when you were getting into music, what were some of your influences that made you become bar heavy with the music?
I'm inspired by the greats of this shit, man. Like the people who are doing this shit at the highest level. The Nas's. Nas might be my favorite rapper, really. You know, the J's, of course, you got Eminem, Royce. You know, I'm gonna throw Tech 9 in there, my man King Crooked. Wayne, you gotta mention Wayne. Big L was a huge influence on me, man. The punchlines, the syllable flow, Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying?
You got a whole nice little mixture of dope artists.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, I'm about the talent. You know, a lot of people got good songs that I can appreciate, good melodies and stuff. But like, if you can really do this here, the craft, like that's what I'm looking forward to.
A lot of people don't even be really so much focused on the craft. They're more worried about if I can get a beat and get that bitch played in the club. Yep. It doesn't really matter what you're saying, and you can come up with a chant and let it ride and just keep it moving.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at that either. Like, that's a whole nother lane in itself, you know. Like Juicy J, I wouldn't consider him a lyricist, but I think he's a legend in his own lane of doing bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come up with some
for over 20 years. You know what I mean? And I'll play that shit in the car myself. But when it comes to like what I do, yeah, you know, I'm looking to. I want to be like, what the fuck rewind that shit right there. Like, this dude blew my fucking mind. Like, what changed the way I look at rap was when I heard Big L, his classic bar, turn your tux red, I'm far from broke, got enough bread, and mad hoes, ask Beavis, I get nothing but head. When he said that, I was like, I never heard nothing like this in my, like, all right, time to fucking change the whole trajectory of what I'm doing with this artistry, you know? So that's kind of what I'm on, man. I just want to spit witty punchlines, tell great stories. You know what I mean? I'm high level rap. I want to impress you, you know?
Okay, so you said some of the influence. What got you there? Like, what got you to the point to where you wanted to just, like, where you was like, I'm about to rap?
I was always a creative.
And that you actually got seriously into the music.
Yeah, my parents have always told me stories like, before I could walk, when music would come on, I would crawl to the coffee table, climb my way up on it, and hold on to the coffee table and be bouncing to the music. For whatever reason, the music just took me under a spell, you know what I'm saying? I can't even explain that part of it. And you know, I was always a creative. I used to draw, I used to write stories as a kid. You know, the music thing, I'd be dancing, I'd be watching Michael Jackson on TV, mimicking him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was always into the music. I was always a creative, but I was really into the music, you know? And I just started getting into hip hop because I just felt like, you know, a lot of good dance type of music was also rap songs, you know, from the 90s and shit. And then I heard Onyx. And when I heard Onyx, I just stopped and just looked at the stereo. My mom was in the bathroom. She came out. I was like, take me to the store. I need to buy this tape. I went up to the lady at the store and was like, the song goes like this. And I just sang it. She was like, oh, you want Onyx? Got the little single. And from there, that's like where the journey started. And I was just like a hip hop head from that point on as a kid.
So what was at the point where you made your first song?
I was writing, I don't know if they were raps, but they were like rhyming.
Words together.
Something, yeah. I was probably like between 7 and 9, writing little dumb shit, just being a creative kid. And then by the time I was 12, you know, my mom, she, you know, ended up remarrying and all that. So my step-pops was in a band. He had like a little makeshift mic and a little crappy little computer program, you know. So I was around it. So I was like, had my eye on it. Like one day I'm gonna ask him.
I want to do something.
Yeah. So I was working on my shit in secret, you know, working on shit. And then one day I built up the courage to be like, hey, would you ever let me try something? He was like, yeah. You know, I'm like 12 years old. So I came with all my own shit, had a beat, everything. And he was just like, where the fuck you been doing this? Like, this is the first I heard of it. Like, this all is on timing, makes sense. Like, he was impressed. So he started trying to, you know, help me make my first few songs and whatnot. And it just took off from there, man. You know, I was just trying to get in where I fit in everywhere I went.
So you say you live up in the D. So like, how was your acceptance into the music around that area when you started to come out to rap? Because obviously you're white rapping, so you know what I'm saying. No,
that's facts though. Yeah.
How was that? You know what I'm saying. The response from your city, from your people. Especially spitting bars. Like you ain't doing no bullshit, stupid. Like you actually can rap though. You know what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, in the beginning, it was a mixed reviews or outlooks, maybe, because people are looking at me like, what this fucking kid about to do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to like the real hip hop spots, like Alvin's, you know, which was, it's not there anymore, but that was like where Proof and them would be at, like big showcases and stuff. So like, I'm a teen going there. I'm not even old enough to drink. I'm not old enough to watch rated R movies even. You know what I'm saying? I'm going up there and showing my skills, and I won a lot of people over. They were like, okay, you're gonna be, one day you're about to be, you know. So, you know, yeah, there's been times where people have hated on me and shit, you know, for the wrong reasons. But I think the real ones respect it. When they hear that I take it serious and they see the skills, the real ones respect it always.
So we'll fast forward a little bit. You said a little bit something about 106 Apart.
Yeah. How
did you go about even submitting to be on the show 106 Apart for Freestyle Friday?
So I'm gonna try to shorten this story as much as I can. Basically, my pops moved to Florida, and I had some cousins down there. They heard I was rapping. My one cousin was like, you know, my neighbor is like, he runs like the hip hop radio station. That's crazy. A couple hours later, he just happens to knock on the door like, yo, my washer broke. Can I use your washer? I want to introduce you to my cousin, Hatch. He's rapping. He's looking at me crazy like, this little white kid, what do you think he is, Eminem? He's cool. He's like, let me hear something. I kick him a flow. He was like, it's kind of good. Do another one. So I ended up impressing him. He was like, listen, if you ever want to come down, maybe we could figure some things out. I started flying to Florida, right? So now I'm exclusively working with these guys from radio, and we got, I mean, Rick Ross is coming through the radio, Jadakiss coming through, everybody's coming through, and he's calling me like, come over here. So Jadakiss came through one day. Mind you, this is like my favorite motherfucker at this time.
Kiss.
Shout out Jada, man. He comes to the radio, commercial break, and those guys are going, yo, you know, we're working with this artist. And he's like, cool, yeah. He's like, you know, he can spit flows and shit. I really want to show you. He's like, yeah, let me know. He's like, yeah. And it's him right there. The whole room turns and looks at me, shy like little white boy in the corner.
Put you on the spot.
And they're looking at me like, I don't know about this. Put a beat on. So now it's like go time like a motherfucker. This is my one Jadakiss, bro. Like, what? People will kill for this opportunity.
That's your chance.
They put the beat on. I fucking gave it my all. And by the end of the verse, he's like, ha ha! You know, he's doing his signature laugh. He's dapping me. He's like, that was fucking crazy. His whole energy changed. He got back on the radio with a whole new energy. You know, so we started, I was rapping more for him. We were talking. He ended up getting on the radio. I'm about to sign this dude, Hatch from the D. There's videos of this all on YouTube, mind you, too. So you ain't gotta take my word for it. But so when they filmed it, they sent it to an email circuit through all their email lists. And one of the people on the email list is a guy named Pat Charles, who's the program director for BET, specifically 106 & Park. They were like, yo, have that kid come to New York and do the audition for Freestyle Friday. Mind you, this is a dream of mine. I always watched Freestyle Friday. Jin, back in all them guys back in the day. I went to New York, had to battle like 6 motherfuckers, slayed them all. They were like, all right, you about to be on the show. Like 300-400 people, they picked like 12 of us or something like that.
Be on the show.
Yeah, and I was one of them. So, and then I went hard in the tournament and all that. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people been on 106 from Detroit, but I went the furthest. I'm proud of that. Now, shout out to everybody, by the way. That's no slight, but you know what I'm saying? I did my thing. I held it down for the whole Michigan while I was on there. I'm proud of that. That still helps me to this day. People still show me love off that.
You did you capitalize off of being on 106 & Park?
Looking in hindsight, not as much as I should have. The game
did you, not meaning like financial capitalization, I mean like, did you push yourself more and capitalize off the moment of being on 106 & Park?
I did, but still not the way I should have. I was young. I didn't really know the game. Plus the game was changing at that point. That was like in the era where like CDs was starting to kind of not be a thing, and we didn't know like what are we doing? Are we doing thumb drives? What are we doing? MP3? What? Napster?
Yeah.
What? So it was a weird time, and me just not being as seasoned or business minded back then, I should have struck right then, like with an album, like right then, like or whatever, and I did it in good enough time, but I could have capitalized off it more. I sat with all the labels in New York. They all said the same shit. They were like, got a good look. They all liked the same 2 songs, but they all looked me up. Oh, but you don't have 1 million views on such and such, and you know what I'm saying? And that was a learning curve for me, because it was like, all right, I gotta get my internet presence up.
That's real big now.
Man,
everything on the internet, so even everything.
Bro, talent is like the last thing on the list that you need, which is crazy. You know what I mean? Everybody, you find talent all over the place, but can you find someone who can sell that talent? That's a whole different.
A buzz and a following, and
You
get
know
you
what I'm
there.
saying? Yeah, man. So, but shout out to BET, man. To this day, that experience has helped me in more ways than one, man. Grateful for it for sure.
Yeah, with this question of what do you like more? Do you like the freestyling more, or do you like the process of writing music?
That's a great question. Definitely love the process of writing music, but I feel like my forte is like really, if 5 rappers came in here and said let's cypher, I have the utmost confidence that I will shine in that moment, because that's kind of my environment, my platform that I came up battling, and you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely my forte, but I love writing music, performing on stage, that feeling, man, that's like, I live for that, bro. To take these ideas, bring them to life, and then present them to the people, like,
Do you, so you do like the performing on the stage? Because a lot of people get on stage and are shy on stage, or get on stage and be scared of the actual moment.
I think my superpower is that I don't have stage fright. I don't have that type of anxiety when it comes to that, or fear. Like, people are always like, are you nervous before the show? And I'm like, for what? Like, I don't have that component for whatever reason. Maybe I, got rid of that as a kid, because, I was showcasing my talents as a kid all the time. So I just never was bashful in that sense. And I think that's why I can enjoy it so much too, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, even people who way bigger than me, they still get nervous before shows sometimes. So, but I just don't have that, I think that's helped me along the way a lot, especially being in front of cameras and TV and, you know what I mean? Like, things I've done, it's like I've been able to hold it together, thankfully.
So now that you're older with it, do you think you've learned a little bit more on how to market yourself and push a little bit more with the social media?
Absolutely, man. And to any upcoming artists listening to this or watching this, get on your shit, man. Like, the more you learn, the more you earn. Sounds like a cliche, but that is the realest shit in the world. Think about, and this is no disrespect, but like, Master P is not a phenomenal rapper. He's a businessman.
Great businessman.
One of the best icon, mogul, legend motherfuckers in the whole. He changed the whole game. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's have your shit tight. Like, you should be learning. We live in an information age, bro. People will sit around acting like they don't know something when they got every answer to every question in their pocket all day. They'd rather scroll and look at food and titties.
Let's say they don't know. That's all it is, too.
And I ain't mad at food and titties, don't get me wrong. But this is a resource, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Like, get your shit
That's
together.
crazy that you said that, though, because when you scroll, that's all it is food and titties.
At least on my shit.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So tell us, so what do you got? What are you working on right now? Did you just drop some new music?
Yeah, man, I just dropped a track called Monday Night Raw with a dude named Flat Flat that I grew up with. That's a heater right there. Shout out Orlando Wade on the beat too. But yeah, I'm actually in album mode right now, bro. I got like 2 albums in the tuck. I got some great features on there, man. I don't even know if I should be announcing. I'm gonna give you all the exclusive because everybody's trying to ask me. I ain't even saying. But I got people. I'll give you a few. I got Bizarre from D12 on there. I got Marv One, extraordinary battle rapper. Shout out Marv. Not just a battle rapper, but he's probably known for, he's kind of like on a high level of battle rap, legend type shit. King Crooked, you know what I'm saying? Slaughterhouse, Death Row, Shady. My guy, Salute.
Crooked cover. That's what we do.
He's got to be a top 10 lyricist. I'll defend that all day.
Lyricist.
All day, all fucking day. The dude is, he like, okay, that's a great example by having your business tight. Think about this. Crooked has had an over 20-year career, has worked with the biggest names from Dr. Dre's to T.I. to Eminem to Snoop Dogg, you name it, right? And he has 0 hit songs. 0 hit songs. This dude has had $1 million record deals with no hits. You know what I mean? It's because he's got his shit tight. He mastered his craft and he knows his business.
That's all it is. A lot of people don't understand. It's all business though. So if you got your business right,
yeah, man,
and you got half the talent, you good.
Big facts.
What you so you got 2 albums in the tuck.
So one's probably coming like mid-year. I don't know, April, May-ish. It's looking like that. I'm gonna start promoting real soon. I got a lot of videos already done. So it's gonna be a crazy year for me as far as that. Been working with my guy Holistic too on some beats. He's been killing shit lately from LA to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with him, working with my boy Orlando Wade. Foul Mouth, shout out Foul Mouth, shout out my man Blizzard. You know, those are some of the people I've been working with as far as production. Some top level guys and shit, you know. I'm just looking forward to it, man. The sound, it's about the sound for me right now. I'm branding what I do best. Like bars kind of came back, like with Griselda, with people like Token and, you know what I'm saying? Like Tex always had a presence. It's kind of like we have this new underworld now where like, if you appreciate bars, come over here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, bet. Like, I don't have to like try to meet people halfway with the trap and I can literally do me and what the fuck I want and what I do best. And there's a whole market here for it that I can target. You know, so this time around, it's a lot more hip hop shit, like scratching, couple boom bap shits, spitting crazy lyrics. Don't get me wrong, I'm still trying to write good songs, good hooks and shit, but I'm not trying to shake asses in the club right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to have some bangers
With some bars.
and showcase what the fuck I do, straight up. So be on the lookout for that. Dirt and Diamonds is the name of the one album. You know what I'm saying? That's another exclusive, nobody knows that yet. Dirt and Diamonds, be on the lookout for that. That's about to be crazy, man. I'm really excited for
A
that.
title like that though, it's gonna be, you got some good songs on it.
Yeah, man. Most definitely, yeah. Trying to, the contrast and shit.
What's the next big move? Like, what are you planning on doing, man? Like, matter of fact, you just said something about Token.
Yeah.
I know you just seen Token the other day. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the homie Token, bro. He showed me super love. I've been knowing about him for years. Kid is super nice too. Yeah, we met up with him. My man Damien, he was like, yo, we're about to go have this meeting with Token and da-da-da-da. He's in town, like, come through. I'm like, that. You know, so we started talking and this and that. I get a chance to show him what it is. I start spitting. They filmed it. They pulled the cameras out. He was highly impressed, man. He was like, yo, we gotta tap in for real.
I seen y'all dropped a.
Yeah, we got the little video out right now. We're in his dressing room talking, chopping it up, and I've talked to him since. you know, a little bit. He's on tour right now, going crazy. But I think when he comes back home, I'll try to figure something out with him one way or another. You know, seems like a good fit as far as like the artistry. You know what I mean? Like he's really tapped into that market.
And he got bars.
He's got bars. He's got bars. He's got good stories. You know what I mean? He can pull on your heartstrings and shit. Like that's what it's about for me. Like, you know, shout out to again like the Juicy J's and like.
Yeah,
but that's just not my forte. I'm a different. You know what I mean? He's this. I'm that. Pepsi and Coke to me. You know what I'm saying?
What about like the young people that got bars? What about like a Corday?
I fuck with Corday. He's nice, bro. He's nice. I like what he stands for even more. I like the fact that he's pushing the pen. I like that he's telling that whole generation like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it's about. And you can still
snap. You can still have some banging shit, but you can have some bars with it.
He's got slaps too, man. I think it's like that's a good way to bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? Because there was this narrative for a minute like, oh, the old heads think you're supposed to rap good. You know, and the new people just think you gotta say yeah at the end of every sentence and it rhymes.
Well, a lot of people think that, like right now, the only thing you gotta do is have. It's a lot more melody music, a lot more of the.
Yeah, man.
Cause everybody.
And I'm not mad at that, cause you know, like some of my homies who hate that shit with a passion. I'm like, look, bro, this shit.
It's dope music, but everybody has a. Everybody is going to the one sound, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to sound like the other person instead of...
Right.
That's why I think that your music is original, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I think it works out a little bit more for you. And you can corner the market a little bit more, too. It's less saturated that way, in my opinion. I don't know that many white dudes doing that type of music on a high level. Like, there definitely are some, but if I were to say mumble rap cats, for lack of a better phrase, I can name a billion of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like... There's not too many me's out there, so it's gonna be, you know what I mean? If I was trying to be Young Thug or some shit, there's like a lot of people. Like if I heard you hop on a record talking about selling perks and shit, I'm like, yeah.
Don't let me do that, because that would be fully capped.
You know what I'm saying? So no.
Done my thing, but no, I like that. Slang no perks.
I like that you're original with your music.
Yeah,
that's just dope.
That authenticity is important too, man. I think people know when you're full of shit. You know what I'm saying? People know. People can feel. When you talk to some shit,
when you listen to a song, you just be like,
yeah, it's cool, but there's a reason why authentic people, that shit just hits different. You feel it. You're like, yo, this motherfucker talking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's important too, man. Something I've learned through the years. I used to just try to razzle dazzle on every beat, but really it's like, tell your story. Give people something they can relate to sometimes.
It don't gotta be the fastest shit. It don't gotta be this.
Yeah. Like I rap.
Give them a good song.
I rap fast and I do that shit too, but part of this artistry is like, you know, that's just one slice of the pie.
Break it down and show something else.
Yeah, man. It's like, that's why, you know, I think people fall in love with Drake or they fall in love with Eminem. It's like, because I can tell you about his life. Like, people love Eminem because they know Haley by name. They know the situation with his baby mom. They know the situation with his mother. They know the court shit he did. And you know what I'm saying? That's why we bought into the story. You know, Drake, oh, this relationship shit. You're like, bro, I went through that too. Like, that's crazy. He's talking about his grandma on this. Oh, bro, I need to call my grandma. That's fucking crazy. It hits different. I think that's why these artists hit a different plight. You know what I'm saying? I think that's important, man, for artists, for sure.
How important do you think it is for the new artists to be touring or getting out here and traveling to different areas doing music?
I think wherever you're gonna be able to showcase what you got in front of people who will accept it, you should take advantage. If there's a whole hip hop crowd over there, you should probably be over there. And if you can't get on the stage, you should probably just go there and shake some hands.
Be there, network.
Just bro. Being outside is so important and it's slept on because everybody. I get the internet is the shit, but if you can make the plugs within your city or within your vicinity, they're gonna help you build what you got. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get no shows in your hometown if you don't know the people who throw the shows. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't know the venue, or you can't get it. You know what I mean? Showing up in person and making a real life impression, it's different than just what's good, bro, in the DM. It's like, you know what I'm saying? To show face is important. I think a lot of people sleep on that because of the internet too. It's helped me a lot. I wouldn't know you if I didn't come outside. You know what I'm saying? So
No, and I mean I reached out on the net too, but like
Yeah.
I've been out and seen you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even hit you up
right.
just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So what is your writing process?
I always tell people that the beat tells me what to do. I think when you got a good enough beat that you can vibe with, you'll figure out what the mood of the beat is. I can hear a beat and be like, oh, this is about a breakup with a chick who fucking up right there. I can hear it right now. Or, oh, this one, I'm gonna punch somebody in the face on this record. Like, that's some aggressive. So I get that figured out, and then from there it's like I figure out the cadence. I think cadence is really important. So I'll be mumbling, trying to hear the ways I want to flow or melodies for the hook.
You can just place your words.
Then I'm like, okay, I got the footsteps made. I just got to follow those steps with that concept I already came up with, and now it's plugging the words in. You know what I mean? That's my process, anyways. Sometimes it don't even go that far. The beat goes so crazy. I'm like, give me the pen.
Write that shit.
Holy shit, like that, those moments are magic. You're like a vessel that's just translating this inspiration through the pen.
Do you
like
think it's
crazy.
better like that because it just come to you so you can write it quicker? Or do you
It can
do you
be.
think some of your songs that may take longer to write, the longer process are better songs?
I think like, that's a great question. I cater to the song depending on what I feel it needs. If you're in that moment, you have the impulse, and it's the right carefree type of vibe song, go with that. But if you got something where you need to make sure you touch on these specific points, you might want to sit and really grab your pen a little tighter and think it through a little harder. You know, I've done both and everything in between. I just think it's really like catering to each song the way you feel is necessary. You know what I'm saying?
So before we get out of here, tell the people where they can find you at on your social media.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, thank you for the time too, man. It's been a pleasure.
Sure, man.
My name is Hatch. Check me out. Social media: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. You know what I'm saying? At Hatch Wise Guy. And I've recently been going crazy on TikTok too, under I Am Hatch. So Hatch Wise Guy, and on TikTok I Am Hatch. Be sure to hit me up if you tell me you watch this. DM me and tell me you watch this. I'm gonna follow you right back. I'm gonna rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep this good music going.
That's dope, man. And if you don't know, if you like real bars, check him out. The man can really rap, man. He really be about his bars.
Appreciate it.
Shout out my sponsor, Mint Cannabis. Shout out 8 Mile Vodka.
8 Mile Vodka, my man Mikey. Shout out Mikey too.
Shoe, that's my brother, man.
Mikey Shoe and X-Time too as well.
Hey, for sure, man. Check out the full episode on YouTube, Smoke Session with Squirrel. Subscribe and tap in.